Good afternoon, everyone. This is YC. Welcome back to my channel, YC Cooks and Bakes. Today, I'm going to be making a double apple cake, and I thought you'd like to see how I do that. And why is it called double apple? Because you use an apple, and you also use applesauce. And you see I use the unsweetened here. That was my oven. We do preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and this cake cooks up in about 40 minutes. And I'll show you the pan that I'm using. It's going to be like a bundt. Some people call them like a tube pan. You see how like a funnel in the middle? And mine separate, not all of them separate, but mine separates. So that's what I'm using, and I've already sprayed it with no stick spray. Okay, so I'm going to get that glass bowl and bring you forward so you can see what I'm mixing together. And if you like this recipe, please comment, like, and subscribe so you can get all my recipes in the description. I type all my recipes there. Okay, so let me move you back a bit and bring that glass bowl so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and so you want to make sure you have 1 or 2 apples in the house to start off with, because you're going to be putting some apple slices on top of this when it's all made. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off with is 2/3 cup of packed brown sugar. Okay, and then you want 1/4 cup of butter, and that's a good thing. It's only half a stick. And you know, a lot of cakes and cookies and stuff this time of year, especially the holiday season, have like 1/2 or a cup and a half of butter, a cup of butter. You know, every time you turn around, it seems like you're having to buy really costly butter, and the fact too that it does have some cholesterol in it. So those are things people want to watch. And this does not. Like it, when you have this kind of recipe, it's a lot smaller amount. In fact, a piece of this, if you cut this beautiful big cake into 10 pieces, each piece is only, I wrote it down, is 220 calories if the cake is cut into 10 pieces. Okay. So the other thing we want to put in at this time is also 1 egg that I had at room temperature for at least 30 minutes. Okay. And let's see, I am going to go get a fork to try to blend these down a bit. Okay, I have the butter starting to blend pretty good here, coming to room temperature, and the applesauce and brown sugar blended pretty good. And so I'm going to add some plain yogurt at this time. Let's see if I can get it out with this. And this is 1/4 cup. Okay, I don't know why I didn't grab. I think I need to grab every single utensil in the kitchen before I come to the counter. I don't know why I do this, but anyway, I did. Okay, so that's that. And then also a teaspoon of vanilla. And this, because it's the holiday season, I didn't go with imitation. I went with pure. So you only get 1 ounce for quite a bit of money. It's not like the imitation where it's only like $1, you know. This cost me quite a bit. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you know, you're going to pay for that pure vanilla. And that's a teaspoon. Okay. And we're going to finish blending these up pretty good. The butter wants to stick to my fork, so I'm going to have to keep working with it. I didn't want to melt it. I wanted to kind of leave it to room temperature, but when you have a bit cooler day than what we have been having, it's hard for butter to melt at room temperature. Okay, and at this time, we're going to put in 1 2/3 cup of sifted flour. Okay, and I'll go ahead and put in my other my spices at this time. Okay, so we have 1 1/2 teaspoons of ginger and 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And we'll put those in at this time. I've made different variations of double apple cake before, and I always try different ones just to see, you know, how different they are. And this particular one comes from Canadian Living magazine from 1996, and I thought it looked and sounded pretty good, and the how they put it together. So I thought I would use it as a guideline to put my own together. And it's on, like I said, compared to some others that have the white refined sugar and the extra butter and all that. And I just thought it seemed a little bit or better on the healthier side, you know, with the yogurt and so forth. And only 1 egg as opposed to 2 and 3 eggs. So I was just kind of looking at everything, you know. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and put in 2/3 cup of the unsweetened applesauce. Okay, there we go. And I have like a whisk or a whip, and I have beaters. I just don't like to really use them. I just like to mix things by hand when it's this kind of a cake, you know. Okay, so we're going to go down our list and make sure we have everything. Of course, we're going to put some apple on top of it, but we have the brown sugar, the butter, the egg, plain yogurt, vanilla, flour, ginger, baking powder, baking soda, salt, and applesauce. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this spread into my cake pan. I'm going to get a different spatula since I keep using this one like a spoon. So I will be right back. Okay, we're back. I have it spread in here. I don't know if I can show you without it. See how it looks in there? I'll lift you up. That's what it looks like. So now we're going to do the apple part of it. Now, so I know some double apple cakes, there's some apple chunks right in it. You probably could do that still with this one, but there's apples that go on top of it also. So I'm just going to peel this one or squirt myself in the eye, one or the other. I don't know which yet. Let's see here. And I did taste the batter. You know how you do. When you clean it, you put things away and you clean up. Because I'm human, I'm not a robot, and we do that. And it tastes really strong in ginger, so I'm guessing if you're a person that likes gingerbread or gingerman cookies or something like that, you probably would like this recipe. Otherwise, it may be one that you don't care for if you're not a big ginger fan. I'm not a huge ginger fan, but I'll eat it in like muffins and cakes and stuff. You know, I won't go and just order something that says ginger like off of a menu. I won't do that, you know. But some people do. My oldest son, he just loves ginger, ginger, ginger. I think my youngest one does too. They even eat ginger candy. I can't handle that. That's too strong for me. But it's really healthy. It's really good for you. And my husband, he makes teriyaki sauce for wings with a hand of ginger that are really out of this world. They're fantastic. Amazing sauce that he, well, my dad, I say my dad, I call him the kid's dad. My husband is a sauce man. He likes to make sauces. Okay, that's his forte. So you have it peeled, and I don't have an apple core, so I'm just going to slice mine like this, and then take out the parts, you know, that hold the seed, part of the core, because we're going to be cutting these into half moon slices. Like this. And I will get the whole apple cut like this. Okay, so after you slice the apple in half moons, you just put them around, you know, in a circle like that, overlapping. And now I'm going to mix up some cinnamon brown sugar and water to brush on top of them. Okay, I have the brown sugar and cinnamon water already mixed up and drizzled across the apples, and I want to show you what it looks like. It looks like this. So when you cook or bake the cake, you know, it'll cover the apples. And this will go in the oven for about 40 minutes. And just so you know, you have to let it cool in your pan for about 5 minutes before removing it from the pan. And you'll see, I'll make sure I take a photo of this cake so you'll see it at the front of this video. And I hope you give this double apple cake a try. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.